Halloween just happened and I need to get a video out there about my Halloween. Someday I will do a video where I'm wearing normal clothes. I feel like I always look like a hobo, which is not how I typically look. To my credit, I've been sick. I still have a bad cough, so I'm going to try and not like hack all over the video, or I'll try to edit it out. Maybe I'll leave one good cough in so you don't think I'm faking. Like, this cough is for real. There you go. I just got your vote video. Fucking awesome. I love your housemates, and I hope to come down and meet them someday. They're all wonderful. We can make a cookie brownie. That looks delicious. I kind of want to try it really badly right now. Like, right this moment. Okay, you mentioned that you had a tomato bagel. That sounds awful. I don't really like tomatoes. I don't really like tomatoes at all. They're gross. The irony about how much I dislike tomatoes. Okay, it's not that I don't appreciate tomatoes, because I do. I like cooked tomatoes. I like tomato sauce. I like tomato soup. I don't like cold, raw tomatoes. You know what the irony is there? I went as a tomato for Halloween. So, let me tell you about Halloween. Halloween was on Wednesday. I went to this party with my roommate, Hannah, just down the street, and I know the people, but I don't really know them. They're like, you know each other, but you're not really good friends with them, so I didn't really know anyone. So I, like, walk in at 8. Like, who goes to a party at 8? But when I walked in, there were already, like, 20 people there, which is cool, I guess. Like, just relaxing, and, like, everyone knows everyone, and I know no one, which is fine, but let's keep in mind that I live in Hipsterville, and this is, like, the epitome of a Hipsterville apartment. You walk in, and the whole place is just like wide open, like dark, like kind of weird music playing in the background. Like, it was fine, but you were like, this is hipster music. Walk over to the refreshments table. Okay, at the refreshments table, there are chips, but they are homemade kale chips. That's gonna be filling when I'm drunk later. And there's like a little homemade loaf of like whole wheat bread, which was adorable, but this is proof that I am in like the Hipsterville party of the century. Ended up having like a fucking blast at this party. It was like endless beer cup with a keg. If you paid $5, so I like paid $5. As the night progressed, everyone started, getting loose, getting a little like drunk, like having more fun. Like, people are dancing and not all like uptight in their own little like social rigid boxes, which I could never figure out. I'm like, what is like, why are we like this? Because I'm not really in a box. I try to like be with people, but people are boxy until they're drunk, and then they're not so boxy anymore. I managed to get drunk, but like stay at that like just drunk point. Like, you've officially gone past buzzed and tipsy to drunk, but then I managed to maintain just at that drunk, like the gateway drunk. There's like the like steps up to it, and then you like pass the threshold to like, yeah, I'm officially drunk, but I'm not like, but I could still go hard for a long time, or I could like maintain this like level of drunkenness, and that's what I did the whole night. It was so good. It was perfect. I expected to like be out for like an hour or two. I thought I'd be home and asleep by 11. I didn't come home until like 1:15. I stayed out like all night. I was a tomato, and I had those really like, I had like bright red tights on. Finally, I had to break the seal. Like, everyone has to do that. So I go in and go pee, and I was so hot because this party was so hot and sweaty because it's like unseasonably warm here right now. Usually Halloween in the past few years has been the first snow. Like, no, it was like 50 degrees out or 60 degrees out. It was like really warm. So I was like hot and sweaty, and I like take my tights off. Have you ever tried to put tights on when you're like sweaty? They do not want to go back, those fucking tights. So I'm like wandering around the whole like party all night, like trying to like every now and then like hitch my tights a little bit and like fix them because I feel like they're stuck to me and just clinging. Okay, so at this party also, it got so big, like there were probably like 100-ish people there at some point. And this is when I was getting ready to leave, and I noticed these like 4 really young people, and I was like, could be freshmen. They definitely don't know anyone here. 99% sure they're high schoolers. At which point I was like, this is fucking weird. Like, who are you, high schoolers? Like, get the fuck out. Like, they're none of, like, only one of them was dressed in this, like, stupid, tacky, store-bought costume, and the other ones were wearing, like, airy t-shirts and like Aeropostale sweatshirts, and I was like, you are definitely in high school. You are not even a freshman. You are not even that cool. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I like had plans to go talk to them, but I really had to pee again because after you break that seal, you fucking have to pee like every 2 minutes. So I went pee again, and when I came back, they were gone, which is good for them because I was going to yell at them and tell them to get the fuck out. I don't want to party with high schoolers. It's weird. It's like partying with my little sister, which is weird. I went to the bar. Like, that was so much fun. The bar was packed. Like, I got in. I didn't have my ID, which was awesome. Like, and I didn't even know the bouncer. Like, typically I know the bouncer. It's Taylor Lautner. I had a lot of fun, like, bouncing around, talking to people. So I go outside of the bar, and I'm getting, like, to cool off and, like, talk to people. I'm getting ready to go back in when I see, like, I literally am walking back in when this person, a warbler, walks by. And I was just, like, I was so excited that a warbler walked by. And I, like, screamed, like, stop! Like, stop! And I went chasing after him like a crazy person because I was, like, drunk enough to, like, be like, wait, guy, you should not run at random strangers. That's weird. They're not gonna know what you're doing. And I was like, you're Blaine! Because I, like, literally, when he walked by, I actually screamed, Blaine, stop! And he, like, didn't stop because his name's not actually Blaine. You're a warbler. That is awesome. You are an awesome person. I went inside and I saw this kid I know whose name is Ezra. And I'm like, all night I've been trying to figure out what he was. And then I realized he was 50 Shades of Grey, but it was so clever. So I also met this girl Sarah from MDI. I don't remember what she looks like or anything, but we bonded over that. Gotta love meeting people. Saw Johnny Jagger. Oh, there was someone dressed as a unicorn. That's really clever. Next year, we're gonna be unicorns. Or at least I'm gonna be a unicorn. I'm gonna be a fucking unicorn next year for Halloween. That was a good idea. I also met someone named Denny who ended up being Abe, the bartender slash owner's cousin. I love all these random notes that I've written down and trying to, like, guess what they mean. I saw the queen of the hipsters. Believe it or not, there is a girl who is everyone calls the queen of the hipsters. I think I don't like her because everyone calls her the queen of the hipsters and they all think she's the shit. And I'm like, really? Because I think she's kind of an arrogant fuckhead. And she was all like, meow, I'm a cat with, like, cat ears and a cat little nose and then, like, a skimpy hoey dress. Like, fuck you. Come on, people, get creative. Don't be a fucking cat or any animal with stupid things on your head. Like, make a damn good costume already and stop being a slut. I don't know if you've ever seen that show Wilfred, I think it is. I don't know. It's the one with the guy who plays Frodo, Elijah Wood. There's a guy dressed up as the dog Wilfred. Okay, it kind of freaks me out. That show freaks me out a little bit because there's this guy, Elijah Wood. I can't remember his character, but he's got, like, a pet dog named Wilfred. But in the show, they have Wilfred, like, being played by a person half the time. So he's, like, dressed up like a man dressed up in a dog costume. And it freaks me out because it makes me think of those furries. Like, people who are furries, you know what I mean? Like, the, like, weird sexual fantasy where people get dressed up as, like, animals. Like, it creeps me out. I don't like that show. Like, I don't like it. But I recognized who this guy was, and so I walked up to him and I was like, can I just have a hug? And he gave me a really nice hug, which is really sweet of him. Some people were really fucking creative. I applaud you. Mostly the guys, because you know what? Guys don't feel the need to dress up like sluts. Like, all the girls are like, it's Halloween, I need to be a hoe. Like, really? No, you don't. I was a fucking tornado. That was my night. Like, there were some really awesome costumes. I had, like, so much fun. The night was magical. Like, I had so much fun, and I talked to so many different people, and I kept fucking attacking people, and that is all for today. Okay. Bye!